A man walks into a bank. Not a rich man, not a powerful man, just someone with an idea. He wants to build something, a small factory, maybe a business. He asks for a loan. The bank manager listens, nods, types something into a computer, and just like that, the money appears. Not transferred, not taken from someone else's vault, not printed and shipped. It's simply created out of nothing. And that sounds like a conspiracy, but it isn't. It's how the system actually works. Now here's the uncomfortable part. If money can be created this easily, why does it feel so hard to get? Why does it feel scarce? Why does your time feel expensive, but money still feels out of reach? That's the tension we're going to unpack, because the truth is not just strange, it's deeply counterintuitive. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Right now, you're living inside a system where most of the money doesn't exist until someone borrows it. Let that sink in. Not coins, not paper bills, those are a tiny fraction. The vast majority of money is just numbers on screens. And those numbers are born when debt is created. This isn't a metaphor. When a bank approves a loan, it doesn't go into a vault and pull out existing cash. It simply writes two entries. On one side, your loan, that's your debt. On the other side, your account balance, that's your money. Same amount, created at the same moment. One person's debt becomes another person's money. That's the system. And it's not a glitch, it's the design. Let's slow this down. Imagine there are only $100 in the entire world. That's it, total money supply. Now someone walks into a bank and takes a loan of $50. What just happened? If this were a normal system, the bank would need to already have that $50. But in modern banking, it doesn't. It simply creates the 50. Now the total money in the world is $150. Nothing was printed, nothing was mined. It just expanded. And here's where it gets interesting. That $50 didn't come free. It came with interest. Let's say 10%. So now the borrower owes $55, but only $50 were created. Where does the extra 5 come from? That's the quiet pressure built into the system. Someone else has to borrow more loans, more money creation, more debt to pay back old debt. This is why the system can't stand still. It has to keep growing, not because growth is nice, but because without it, the math starts to break. Now zoom out. This isn't just individuals, this is entire economies. Governments borrow, corporations borrow, households borrow, and every time they do, new money enters the system. This is why you often hear that money is debt. It's not poetic, it's literal. If everyone paid off all their debts tomorrow, most of the money would disappear, accounts would shrink, balances would vanish, the system would contract violently. Which sounds absurd. Paying off debt should make things better. But in this system, it removes the very thing we call money. That's the paradox. Now, you might be thinking, if money can be created so easily, why not just create more and give it to everyone? Why not solve poverty overnight? Well, sometimes that does happen. Stimulus checks, emergency spending, central bank interventions. But there's a catch. Creating money is easy. Maintaining trust in that money is not. If too much money is created too quickly, each unit becomes less valuable. Prices rise. Your purchasing power falls. This is inflation. Not because things suddenly became more valuable, but because money became less scarce. And here's the irony. Money is created out of nothing, but its value depends entirely on belief. If people stop trusting it, it doesn't matter how much exists. Now let's talk about who actually creates most of this money. It's not governments printing cash, it's commercial banks, private institutions. Every time they issue loans, they expand the money supply. And they don't lend randomly.
They lend where it feels safe, where assets already exist, where collateral is strong. This means money